Okonomiyaki is one of the hardest dishes to pronounce, but it's also one of the most delicious home-style Japanese dishes to make. And my friend Susie gave me the inspiration for this. You know, usually you would cook it in a pan, but instead of cooking in a pan, we're actually going to make it into a tray bake. It's a fantastic option if you want to make this ahead of time and add it to the lunchbox or a really quick dinner. So the word actually translates to fry as you like, and it means exactly that. You can add any type of fillings. Usually it's a base of cabbage and carrot, but you can add some leftover vegetables. I'm going to add some bacon for some savouriness too. So we need to make a delicious batter. Into a bowl, I'm going to add 3 eggs. And to this, we're going to add a dashi stock. Now this is a very popular Japanese stock. It's a combination of kelp and bonito flakes. It's got a beautiful umami, smoky, slightly fishy flavour. Now if you don't have this, don't worry, just use a classic stock, or you could even just use water. In fact, I have used water in the past and it works really well too. So we're going to whisk and break up our eggs. To this I'm going to add my dashi stock, or any liquid you like. And then some extra flavourings to season this a little more, some soy, and I love the addition of some sesame oil. We're also going to add some sesame seeds to the top. So that's the wet ingredients, and then the all-important dry ingredients. This is going to be the glue that ties the whole batter together. So use a plain flour, and we'll need 1 cup of plain flour. I also just love to have a little extra flour on standby in case we need it. So we'll add that to our bowl. And for a little rising agent, we can use some baking powder. And I'm just going to whisk all of that together. Okay, we're going to make a well in the centre, and then we're going to pour a lovely egg mixture. And whenever I'm making a batter like this, I always like to start in the centre just so we don't get any lumps, and slowly keep whisking until we're gathering all of that beautiful flour. See how it just grabs it on the side? I actually find this stage quite therapeutic. By doing this, we're just little by little incorporating it so we get a gorgeous smooth batter, just like you were making crepes. And as soon as it starts to get thick, we can add some more of our egg and dashi mixture and then continue the process, just slowly mixing in. And we're looking for a consistency of a thin pancake batter for this. So like I said, if it does need a little bit more of our plain flour, of course we can add that. And also being really careful not to overwork the protein in the flour so it stays lovely and light. Now this is the perfect consistency. I'm happy with that. So we're just going to pop that to one side while we get onto the bacon. Because this is going to bake in the oven, you don't need to pre-cook your bacon. It's all about just popping everything into our batter. So 3 slices of bacon. You can use streaky bacon. I'm using a pan-sized bacon here, so it's a little leaner. And then we're just going to finely dice the bacon. Just little pieces like this, so every mouthful you get that pop of saltiness. In that goes. To that we can add our cabbage, and I've just shredded the cabbage. This is Japan's answer to bubble and squeak. And some spring onions for a mild onion flavour. I'm just going to keep the tops for later for a garnish. The rest of it can be cut into little rounds. Could also use chives for this recipe. Even onion is possible to use because it does get roasted in the oven. Okay, that goes in. And then finally a carrot. So I'm just going to coarsely grate the carrot, and then we can fold everything together. All right, this is what we're after now. See how there's not excess batter? We essentially just want that batter to glue everything together. It's all about those vegetables. So into a tray, I've lined with some baking paper. Just for some extra assurance, I'm going to add just a little splash of oil. This is just peanut oil. You can use any oil you like. And I'm just going to spread that into my tray. And then we're going to pour our lovely mixture. In it goes. Great. Now we're just going to press that out and really make sure that it's compact all the way to the sides. I am going to add just a little amount of oil to the top of this, and then it goes into the oven. It is that easy. Quite a hot oven. I want my oven to be about 220 degrees. We're going to cook this for about 25 to 30 minutes or until it's golden brown. Well, how good does this look? It is perfectly set, and see how easily it comes from the base, just right. Now you can serve this cold, room temperature, or slightly warm, which is what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to serve it with traditional toppings. So I've got a Japanese barbecue sauce. That one goes down first, and the whole idea is just to drizzle it over like so. And I might go the other way because I want lots of this sauce. Next, some Japanese mayonnaise. Again, just drizzling it straight over it so we can see those strips of sauce. I've got some pickled ginger that I'm just going to scatter around. Look at the pop of colour is what we're after here. And I did reserve some of the spring onions. I've finally chopped them. They can go over the top. And finally, some toasted sesame seeds just to finish it off. This is just so delicious. And what I love about it is we're not doing it in a pan, we're doing it in the oven. So it just actually makes it so much easier. And you can make a big portion of it. So you can have some now, pop some in the lunchbox the next day. It is fantastic. All right, got to have a taste of this one. I'm gonna cut and that baking paper is going to come in handy. It's going to be so easy to take out. Oh, look at that. Pop that onto a plate. See how soft and tender that is in the centre? That's because the cabbage has rendered some of that liquid out, and then that's mixed in with our batter. So it's going to stay nice and soft, not dry. That certainly isn't dry. It is so delicious, especially with all those toppings on top, the Japanese barbecue sauce, the mayonnaise, and the pickle. I just adore this dish, and whether you're having it for a lunchbox or a really easy dinner, please do me a favour, try it. It is so delicious. Love this. And easy. Did I mention how easy it is?